So today we are going to see how we can enter another mode for nslookup called the nslookup interactive mode. So let's begin now. In order to enter interactive mode, it's very simple. You just have to type nslookup and hit the enter button, enter. And the moment we hit enter button, we see that the prompt, the shell prompt, which was $, now has changed into this greater than sign, clearly indicating that right now we are in the nslookup program in the interactive mode. In order to exit from this interactive mode, all we have to do is to type exit. And if we hit enter now, then we see that we have exited from this nslookup, and again the $ prompt has appeared, showing that right now we are in the terminal. Now once in a while, because this exit and quit are synonyms, we say okay nslookup, and we say okay, if we want to exit, many of us actually just type quit, and it doesn't work. Okay, in order to actually exit from this nslookup interactive mode, we have to type exit, EXIT, and hit enter. I think this is okay. So we have just looked at nslookup interactive mode, and essentially it performs the exact same thing that we talked about yesterday and day before. It's very simple. You give a name, you get an IP address like this, and if you give an IP address, what are the other advanced things that you can do? You can set query type equal to something. And what are the things that you can set? We have already talked about yesterday. The first query type equal to A. That's the first query type that you can set. You can say set query type equal to A. And remember, what does the set query type give you? This says that you have to get the corresponding IP address version 4. This is what you are asking for. Second is set query type equal to 4S, 1, 2, 3, 4. Whenever you give this option, it will give you an IP address only version 6. Okay, so you can say things like this: nslookup, enter. So now we are in the interactive mode. Okay, now we'll say set query type equal to A. Then we'll say www.google.com. जैसे मारने से देखिए what is the IP address that you got? 172.215.167.36. So you have to remember this IP address. Okay. Now we'll change the same thing and say set query type equal to 4S, 1, 2, 3, 4. Enter. Then we'll again query google.com, www.google.com. But this time, when you search for google.com, the address that we got is totally different, because this address, this huge address, all in hexadecimal, is a IP version 6 address. Okay. See, set query type equal to 4S, and we say www.google.com. We get an address that is an IP version 6 address. Till here it's okay. Then what we do? We talked about set query type equal to MX record, and remember MX means mail exchanger. Okay, we have already done this. Say for example, if we want to look, if we want to look for who are the mail servers, authoritative mail servers for a particular domain, I can say set query type equal to MX. Or by the way, you need not say set query type, you can just say query equal to, okay, MX. We can do this also. You can shorten it, set query type equal to MX, or set query equal to MX is the same. I'll say www.rgu.ac.in हमारा website के लिए. So you'll say okay, we are using Google Mail. Okay, so when we actually log in into rgu.website, we are being served service by the googlemail.com. Okay, so we are basically using the Gmail application for RGU website, for the RGU domain. So let's put this here. If we say rgu.ac.in, then we get all these answers. Okay, and why are there so many email servers? So why so many email servers? Okay, this is for real reliability. And what is the fourth type that we are talking? Set query equal to PTR. And what does this do? If you give this PTR thing, it will give you the corresponding name of the domain, or name of the, you can just say fully qualified domain name. Let's take an example that we did yesterday. nslookup, enter. So now we are in interactive mode. You can say www.google.com, and then we get some IP address. Okay. If I now say set query type equal to PTR. Okay. So what do we want? We want the name. We want the fully qualified domain name. So what will be the input? The input will be the IP address. Input will be the IP address. So let's put this IP address and see, we get this output. So what is the PTR? PTR is the reverse mapping, the pointer mapping or the reverse mapping. If you give a corresponding IP address, then you will get the corresponding server name. Okay. Set query type equal to NS. Set query type equal to NS. And what does it return? This returns if you say set query type equal to NS, it returns the name servers for a fully qualified domain name. nslookup, we are in the interactive mode. We'll say set query type equal to NS and say google.com. The moment it says google.com, it says ns1.google.com, ns2.google.com. So google.com provides how many services? How many servers? All over the world, it provides 4 different name servers. You can do this for microsoft.com. Okay. And microsoft.com has again how many name servers? There are 4 of them. You can go for say ibm.com, whatever, samsung.com. All of the Samsung has many name servers. Samsung has how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Samsung has 10 servers. Okay. We can go for rgu.ac.in. How many name servers do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 name servers. So let's paste it here. If we say set query type equal to NS, then we input this rgu.ac.in, then what is the output? The output is a list of all the name servers that actually handle this DNS structure. That's why that's why we have already said that DNS is a distributed database. If it is for rgu.ac.in, it is not handled by Google, it is handled by something else. See, ns1.beyond and this web something. All of these are servers that are totally different from Google ka. There is no one server which handles all the DNS mappings. At every level there is a mapping and they are handled by different servers.